Hello, here we are in the urban seedling home garden, and with all of the very heavy rain we had over the past couple days, certain things are coming to light in the garden. One is that some of your tomatoes might have been knocked over. I know some of mine were. So I'll talk about attaching tomatoes to the trellis if you need the support. Now, I do not have peas on my trellis because I was too late in planting my own garden to have peas available to me. So I just have tomatoes, and I planted the tomatoes pretty early, so they're quite advanced. Now I'm hoping that this year, like last year, the timing will work out, that the tomatoes will not really need a lot of support until the peas are kind of done in the next couple weeks. If you do have peas on your trellis, maybe it's best to try and share right away, but I'm not sure there's enough room actually on the strings of the trellis to make that happen. So an alternative would be maybe to stake the tomatoes, like put some sticks to support the tomatoes just for the next 2-3 weeks until the peas, until you get your pea harvest, and then we'll rip the pea vines off of the trellis. If you would like to try and share, I think that would be an option as well, to just attach the tomatoes to the trellis right away with the peas that are there already. So to attach a tomato plant to a trellis, while the tomato plant is a vine, it does not climb on its own. Cucumbers, pole beans, peas, they'll climb the trellis on their own, but a tomato will not, although they do go on the trellis very well. So here we have the growing end of the tomato. So here's the main vine coming up, and then you just stretch that back to the trellis, and then just wrap that growing end around the string, and voila. And then you just continue to wrap the growing end around the string about once a week. It'll end up kind of looking like this. And that allows the tomato plant to grow very nicely on the trellis. Now, another thing I was mentioning last week is that you can allow a couple of the suckers to grow. So here I have the main stem, and I let this sucker grow, and then I was able to attach that sucker to the trellis as well. If you have some extra suckers like that, so this, I have a sucker here that I'm gonna put on the trellis later once it's a little bit longer. But any suckers that you don't have room for on the trellis, you should remove. So here, I hope you can see clearly, you have the main stem, you have the leaf here, and then in between in the crotch you have a sucker here that we will remove because I will not have room for that one to go on the trellis once it gets longer, because I have another tomato plant right beside here, which I will also attach to the trellis. So I hope that helps with that. You should definitely continue to remove any suckers that can't fit on the trellis so that you're not letting the tomato plants overshadow and overgrow the entire rest of the garden. Thank you very much, and have a lovely day.